My name is Matt Sames, and I was brought in to be the general sales manager at a local TV station. And after a very short amount of time, I realized we needed to make a lot of changes. Not unlike a lot of sales organizations, we needed a common language. I needed to upgrade the talent level of my staff. We needed to be able to debrief on sales calls so we could shorten the sales cycle. We needed some formal training, frankly, and that's what Rocky provided us. I worked with Rocky for over 8 years with my staff, and to a person, they all loved the stuff that he brought to the table for us. I think you have to have an open mind to anything, really, or else you're not going to grow, right? You're not going to learn new things, you'll become stagnant, and stagnant people in sales die. So I think if you don't have an open mind, you're really at a disadvantage. And Rocky brings a lot of things to the table that are well beyond the standard sales training format. Yeah, one of the things Rocky brought to the table was a common language that allowed the managers to hold the salespeople and the salespeople themselves accountable, right? So it's not just I'm going to go out and try really hard and make a lot of sales calls. There was a system that was involved so that we could say, well, did you do this? Did you do this? Tell me about this. And that allowed everyone to be on the same page, and instead of dealing in things that are unmeasurable, we had measurable metrics in place for each sales call. So that was really helpful. Well, I think it created consistency, and it kind of took opinions out of the formula, right? So it wasn't so much, do I like this person, do I not like this person? It was, how are we doing on our performance, and are we following this format on each sales call, on our sales process? Are you, as my managers, are you following up with the salespeople on the process? So again, taking the opinions out of it, it gave us something that was measurable, and that's really helpful. So we would develop agreements, in initial conversations with prospects that would shorten the sales process. It was nothing I'd ever seen before, and I'd been through a lot of sales training, and I found it to be really effective. Some of the things that Rocky taught my staff and myself were reading nonverbal signals, so body language, verbal cues when they're face to face on the sales call, things that you really don't learn in traditional sales training, but things that are critical in getting the sale or not wasting your time. One of the other things Rocky taught us was how to set up the sales call so that it shortens the sales cycle, and the outcome is kind of predetermined on that first call. So, when you're in sales, time is money, and this really shortened the time of the whole process. So one of the things that Rocky did that was really effective is that he sat in the room and actually cold called with the team. He got on the phone and used his techniques and showed the team how to prospect. So it was more than standing up in front of a classroom and talking about it. He actually did it. And to see the master in action was really pretty cool. And it really gained the respect of the sales team, because it wasn't just, do as I say, it was do as I do. And we watched him actually set some appointments completely cold, picking up the phone, the yellow pages, and making appointments for our team. It was pretty incredible. Well, really the focus on media sales back then, and especially today, was on new business, going out and developing new advertisers, new clients for, in our case, the station. And without sales training, that's a very difficult thing to do. What Rocky did was allow us to literally double our new business sales within 2 years, which is an incredible feat. We were the new business leaders in the marketplace, and that helped the bottom line grow exponentially. Well, I think through bringing Rocky in as a consultant and then changing the sales culture in the building had a ripple effect throughout. It showed everyone that things can't be the way they've always been, and the business is changing in every facet, and if you don't change with it, then you're going to be left behind. So when they saw the sales department doing things differently, working a little bit harder, working a little differently, I think that had an osmosis effect on news, promotion, production, everyone else that was in the organization. So Rocky also worked with our production team and helped these guys who really aren't used to going out and developing business get new clients. And it wasn't rocket science, but he gave them some really effective tips. Next thing you know, our production department was getting more business because of it. So that was just another benefit of doing business with Rocky LeGrone, and the station really saw the bottom line difference immediately. I was in a business meeting about 6 months ago, and a guy in the meeting I was at mentioned, hey, I've been pitched by or approached by this guy Rocky LeGrone for sales training with my crew. And I spoke up immediately and I said, listen, I hired the guy, did business with him for 8 years. I can't speak highly enough about him. He's got integrity, he's effective, you will see results almost immediately, and he's your eyes and ears in that sales department, that world that you may not have right now. So I couldn't give him a high enough referral, and fortunately he ended up getting the business, and he's very happy working with Rocky also.